Hi, and welcome to the Medieval Fight Club YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a short video on how to use our new medieval and historical block prints. The first step for doing any block printing project is to make sure that the fabric that you want to use is ironed and free of creases, and that your desk has been suitably prepared. Now, I've laid some fleece underneath here to give a small amount of springiness or compressibility, which is really useful for bringing out the detail on the edges of each part of the block. The next step is to prepare an inkwell. To do this, you want a board. It can be glass, it can be wooden. Ideally, you want something that's not going to absorb your paint, and you're going to be putting a small amount of fabric paint on it. Now, we're using Texcraft. However, you can use normal acrylic paint mixed with a fabric medium, or you can buy ready-made fabric paint as we have here. I've already prepared this, so I'm just going to get straight onto it. We're using a foam roller, but you can also use a sponge, and the most important thing is that you get good, even amounts of paint on your block. To do this, we're going to roll our roller from the bottom of our board up and just nibble a small amount of paint onto the roller. We're going to roll this back and forwards, distributing the paint as we work. Now, you only want to nibble. You don't want to put the whole roller in the paint, because we're looking for a very specific amount of paint on our board and a good distribution on the roller. To know when the roller is prepped and the inkwell is the correct amount of paint, you want your roller to still fully spin as you move it back and forwards without putting any pressure on it. At the same time, you should hear a slight suction noise as if the paint is pulling the roller. If you get too much paint on your board, you can always spread it out, and you'll know that you've got too much paint if your roller stops spinning for parts of the up and down, to and fro motion. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've already done a couple over here. I highly recommend first testing on a piece of spare fabric before working on your actual project, because it can be a bit hit and miss when you first try this, especially on a new block of wood, for example. Because of the absorbability, it might not come out as crisp as you like the first couple of times. So always try it out on a piece of scrap fabric first. As I apply the paint to the board, I am not putting any pressure. I'm simply letting the weight of the roller do the work, and I want all of the block, or all of the contact surfaces, to clearly have paint on them. Once I'm happy with the amount of paint on there, I just do a once over to make sure distribution's even. I set my roller down. I draw an arrow on the back of my block, just so I know which way the pattern is facing, and position it manually. Because I've already started on this project, I'm using just a piece of cut out paper as a spacer, so I can get a consistent space between each block print. So I just sit it down. Once you've got it sitting on your board, you don't want to move it at all because that's going to cause smearing. All we want to do is simply put pressure first in the center, and then I like to work my way around the edges. Making sure that I've put pressure on all parts of the block to get the best results. So, not a bad attempt. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that. Again, making sure all the contact surfaces on your block are wet. Okay, I'm going to use a second spacer here because I'm going above the last one. Now it doesn't matter if you get it 100% right. This is the beauty of block printing, is that every piece will be slightly bespoke and unique to you. Again, a very nice block print. Now to change things up a little bit, I'm going to use a second block print, a different pattern, and we're going to fill in the spaces between the ones we just did. Now you could do this in an alternate color. I'm just doing it with red as that's what I've got out, but you can use any combination you want. There you go, pretty good. I'm really happy with that. So, as I've said before, The blocks are available on our website, medievalfightclub.com.au. For more information, please visit the website or contact us at info@medievalfightclub.com.au. Thank you.